So when it comes to vision systems, at least for vision location, you're going to use what's called a calibration grid to calibrate the camera and build its relationship to the real world. And the way a calibration grid works is essentially they are a dot grid. So essentially all a dot grid is a grid with dots on it, and those dots are set to a particular increment apart from one another. So you may have a dot grid that is 10 millimeters between dots, or 20 millimeters between dots, 30 millimeters between dots, and then you're going to have the hundreds of dots. And generally somewhere in the corner of that panel or something like that, it's going to tell you how far apart the dots are spaced. And essentially what you do in a 2D vision application where you're locating something on a flat plane is you're going to set that grid as close to that workpiece as possible, so that way your dot grid is calibrated on the same plane that your workpiece is. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be right on it. It could technically be some inches above it and could be even quite a bit off. But what's going to happen is whenever you train in all those parts, you have to make sure you recalibrate the vision next time it needs to be recalibrated in the exact same place. Because if you calibrate it up here and then you calibrate it down there, it's going to probably not even locate your parts, because what's going to happen is you're, say for instance, your camera's seeing something like this, and then if you recalibrate it, what's going to happen is the location in which it's searching, what the dimensions of what it's trying to find is going to change. So like, let's say for instance it's searching for a dimension this size,